What's happening?
What happening? Hold on, let me hold up. I don't mean to stop the show, man,
No,
but I
you good.
definitely
You
gotta.
good. You good. You good. Yo, Frank.
Man, yeah, I just got that notice today. We actually get the notices. Like I got an email literally saying from local 100. It was like, yeah, you out of work. Fuck. I was like, shit. But yeah, man, it wasn't a big surprise. I just caught the when you were talking about it because I was watching it before then, and then the email came out, and I was like, oh shit.
So, I guess, what are your sentiments? What's the group sentiments? At this point.
Um, so I talked to a few people about it. A lot of people are pissed. IATSE people are pissed because I talked to one local that I was going to be a part of because you can get multiple cards, but you get like because I have my TV card, I can't use that. I mean, I'm still paying the dues on that. Um, then I have another carpentry card which I can still use,
Okay.
but unfortunately, I even called that union hall, and they're just like, call back within a couple of months. I was like, once?
Wow.
I was like, holy shit. Like, thank the Lord that I know a few people in the stagehand union in New York, because I'm gonna be there for a little bit.
So, is everybody pretty much prepared for the worst at this point?
Yeah, you have to be.
So, are you guys thinking fourth quarter, October, November before a resolution is had?
I mean, if there is no resolution between then, you're gonna see a lot of people walk out
Okay. Now, when you say walk out as do you see people?
as an industry.
Okay. Okay. Do you see anybody possibly crossing the picket line and say, you know what, I need a check?
Yeah, there are gonna be a lot of people doing that. It's like, although I appreciate, although there are people that are gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna strike. There is like people that are just like, I've been out of work for about almost 2, 3 months, and I can't afford to be on unemployment. You know, so there is that. You know, like even for me, I was just like, yo, look, I'll work with the Metropolitan Opera again. I'll deal with them. You
Right.
know, like I'll just be like, nah, because I can't. You know, but yeah, I got the email today. I was like, because we don't know, because the biggest event that I did last year was New Year's Rockin' Eve,
Okay.
and that includes the not in WGA, but DGA, all them cats. And I know a lot of them that are just like, I talked to them today. They were just like, man, look, we don't even know. Because
So
even, okay, okay.
no, so what did you guys want them to kind of just say, you know what, fuck it, just give us a deal, we'll take a deal so everybody can get back to work, and then 3 years from now we come back and hash it out again?
Yeah, that's what people wanted. I think that's, even for IATSE, it was just like, the workers are not like writers. Yeah, we are connected with them, but we're blue collar guys. We're the technicians. We got kids, like we got families. I got a I got a girlfriend, so I got shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, yeah.
I don't got time for this
Damn.
shit. You know what I'm saying? I got things to do. And it's just like, like everybody's like, well, I think a lot of people are just like, oh, I don't care. You won't care yet. You know, like even with like the Sound of Freedom, I watched that today. I'm like, nah, take the wave, take the wave. I watched it. I'm like, no, I got the listen. 3 pages of notes, three pages of goddamn notes I just did, and I'm like, hell nah. I can't recommend the movie more than once. You wanted to see that multiple times?
I don't think the average person would want to.
I don't know. I personally was just like, you personally are putting people out of. It's almost like I actually people are gonna crack. Like it's only a matter of time before I actually people gonna crack, and they're gonna say something. They're gonna be all like, "Oh, look, listen, we love you, we support you, but we got to go to work."
Damn.
It's gonna get to a point.
Well, we know this will change Hollywood.
Oh, it's gonna.
yeah, I think this is going to change. I mean, for whatever. How do you see Hollywood changing after this?
I'm gonna save that for the new channel, but I can give you a teaser. Um, what I can say is that although people are striking now, right? If you don't learn from this today, I'm saying this for both Hollywood and the writers. If Hollywood doesn't learn to, have a fair contract with people, they're gonna lose more people. On top of that, although I want to be, buddy buddy with, the people that are striking, I also got to say the stuff that has been produced for years now, the math ain't mathing,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
Because how can Super Mario Bros pass a billion doing what it did? It was entertaining people. I just read an article today about Disneyland not even having an attendance as much.
Right.
Disneyland and Disney World respectively. They're losing people. And you can say, "Oh, it's Ron DeSantis," but it's not even that. It's like the box office is not, the box office doesn't add up. None of it does. So it's like, although I want there to be a fair contract with people. I'm not saying we shouldn't have a fair contract or people shouldn't be paid for what they're worth, but also you got to also be reminded that you are an entertainer. You are a writer. You are a creative writer. Although you might have a message, there is another thing in it. You have to entertain people. People have to leave the theater or the movie theater entertained because what's being produced now ain't it. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we both agree it's quality that has suffered over the last few years, and wow. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Everything stops at this point, correct?
Everything stops.
Okay.
Everything.
Um. Wow. Okay. Who do you think crosses the picket line first?
IATSE.
You're confident that they will.
Yeah, they will.
Would you
Like
be
guys that are operators, cameramen, they can't they stagehands, they won't be able to survive this.
would you be okay with that?
That's a oof. I'm like on one hand, we got to go back to work, but another hand, it's like a lot of people. It's like right now, people are fighting for even to stay in sports and local news. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
people are just like, we need to work. You know?
Here's my problem with if they cross. Then come the next negotiations. Why would the studios take you guys serious or anybody serious at that point moving forward if they already know that all you gotta do is wait a couple months, starve everybody out, and they'll crack again.
Hmm.
So it's like almost to a point where why even unionize if you're only going to go back and when times get rough. Like I said, I totally understand because I'm a son of a former union president, so I remember days when my dad didn't work. I know I've been on picket lines. I saw how violent it can get.
Right.
People's cars got trashed. All the execs' cars got trashed. Tires busted out. I've seen it all.
Hmm.
But it was one thing they never ever thought about was crossing that line.
Hmm.
And God forbid if you did, why would you think in this time and day it would be okay for them to even entertain this idea?
Hmm. But again, I mean, it's just, I mean, it's been almost what? It's been 60 days. So that's about a month, almost 2 months. But if you're paying attention, the strike was long in the making. I mean, after 2 years of a pandemic and live streaming services kind of screwing people over, it was bound to happen. And honestly, I felt it in January, right?
Okay.
Because it was just more or less like I mean, after my big check, which was New Year's Rockin' Eve with Ryan Seacrest, um, I was like, that was the biggest check I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, yo, I do this again. So I, joined my TV IATSE union. And I was like, yeah, I want to work in TV. I'm going to transfer over to TV. Fighting for local news now.
Hmm.
Like I'm even lucky if World News Tonight will take me.
Wow. But you do have a pivot in place though for you
Oh yeah.
though. Cool.
Yeah, no,
Cool.
I've
Cool.
been working. I've been
Cool.
working heavy. So,
Okay.
like or like again, I work for I work for the Met, so there's that also. Like you can. I mean, a lot of people are now fighting. There's going to be a lot more stagehands on site. So I mean, it's just like it's going to be rough for until because now you got the actor striking. We'll see how long that lasts.
Okay, well, I meant to ask you that. Do you think now with the actors striking, it will prompt the studios to kind of like, okay, they seem like they're serious. Let's go ahead and entertain with their, well, let's at least not try and stall them out like like we wanted to do with the writers till October and kind of get this thing resolved in the next month or so. Do you think that helped at all?
Yes and no. So
Okay,
it'll be like it'll be like this. Although they're just like, yeah, you can do that, right? Because we got you on contract for these specific shows that are still running, and we legally don't have to pay you, right? We legally don't have to. If you're gonna strike, we legally don't have to pay you.
right,
But on top of that, it'd be like, well, yeah, like you said, once the reruns start rerunning, and people get tired of that, it's like, well, somebody either gonna crack. It's either gonna be the companies or them, you know because I'm about to go see Oppenheimer and Barbie respectively.
right.
I gotta see it because I'm doing the new thing,
It-
um, but also it's like like I said, like with even the Sound of Freedom, I saw that there were other top titles that were coming out, like the Jesus, Mary, and Joseph film. They
okay,
had they had this what was it? Hold on, let me get my notes real quick. So they had Journey to Bethlehem. They had Ordinary Angels, which was about a boy, which was about a white boy that had like polio or something, and he was trying to play baseball or some shit. Then he had Cabrini, which was a immigrant nun, a female immigrant nun that goes to New York. It's like a historical thing.
okay,
The Shift, and it's like, well, that's from a Christian Angel. It's from Angel Studios, a Christian based company. You know what I'm saying? They're a Christian based studio. Now it is independent, and I do agree with that. I do agree with independence, but I'm just like, all right, so the same energy y'all got for Sound of Freedom, you got for these other titles. Y'all really gonna see a Jesus, Mary, and Joseph film?
no. I don't see another Passion of the Christ type of phenomenon happening ever again. But
No, and I was talking about that with AM1. He was talking about, well, there's this resurgence. There's going to be this rise of right wing. I said, there's not. Like, there's not.
no, I think
We have moved far past. Like, if the '90s didn't teach us anything about, or if the '80s and '90s didn't teach us anything about, and I'll go in deep in that conversation. If the '80s and '90s didn't teach us anything, is that people got tired of like the Judeo-Christian, like sort of like society. That's why like gangster rap and all that was very popular in the '80s and even '90s. We were moving far away from that. There is no resurgence happening. And even if there was, it would be stopped completely. No one's gonna no one like there when I went to the theater today at 11:30 a.m., it wasn't even packed. Like you can sit almost anywhere. There were only like 7 8 people watching Sound of Freedom.
okay.
There is literally like we have energy for this movie right here, but I want to see the same energy for I want to see you guys promote the Bethlehem movie, the other movies that these guys got. Cuz I would. I mean they're independent. Yeah, cool. Yeah, sure, why not? But y'all ain't going to do that. It's
Damn.
all
Man,
how
my
it is.
heart goes out to y'all. I hope you guys can stand firm. I want y'all to stand firm, but I get it. Bills got to get paid, babies got to eat. But
Yeah, man.
if I'm so worried if y'all crack and if y'all cross, this is probably the best time you'll ever catch the studios on the ropes to get what you guys want. And I'm afraid if y'all crack early, you'll never see this opportunity again. I
Yeah.
don't think you'll
No,
never get it this again.
it's gonna hurt. I mean, for me, I already made sure. Like I text people every day from the union in New York, so I already got stuff already situated for August and September and October. So
Okay,
that's
good, good, good.
we. The only thing that's gonna be a worry for me right now is gonna be November and December because that is the busiest time for TV, theater, all that stuff. That's the big money maker right there. You know what I'm saying? So like the last show that I did, that was last year. That was New Year's Rockin' Eve, and I never seen it. Like I said, 4 grand check. I never seen that before in my life, and I wasn't even local 100 at that time.
Mhm.
I saw that check. I was like, why am I freelancing?
I don't think the studios would risk fourth quarter earnings losses. I think they would get it resolved right before then.
Mhm.
You know, I'm
Oh,
thinking
they
no
have
no
to.
longer
Yeah,
than October.
they have to, because at this time, it's like it's crunch time. You know, like biggest this is the biggest economy time to start making stuff and putting them out, because again, people are gonna. It's almost. I mean, it's not cold yet, but once the first leaf hits,
Yeah.
people gonna look for, like the new blockbuster movie to take their kids or something else like that. Because again, market's gonna say something, but I think the company's got to learn something, but also the writers and everybody else have to learn something too.
Hmm.
Although the companies will give you some leeway on a contract, that's a given. But now, are you going to still be up your own ass with what you're doing regarding not EPs, IPs, shows and whatnot? Not saying that, because everybody complains about everything being woke and all that other stuff. All right, cool. But I've been in those meetings. I've seen those meetings. I'm like, yo, this ain't going to sell.
Yeah.
I look at them and I was like, yeah, this ain't selling.
Hmm.
Go ahead. Put the budget in there. Cool. It's not gonna sell. It's not gonna get any views.
Damn. Well, shit, Red, man. Man, tell your people stand firm, man. Stand firm, man. Just
And we're gonna
just,
see how firm they're
just
gonna stand.
don't cave to the suits. Cause I've seen this too many times. I grew up with this. Don't cave to the suits. Like y'all. Honestly, you guys got them on the ropes. I know it doesn't look like that, but you have these guys on the ropes. This is the best.
Yeah, now we're gonna see. We're gonna
You know, you
see.
you
Like I
punch the
said,
bully
man.
and you make him bleed. Like he has a nosebleed. It's coming. You just don't see it right now. But
Yeah. Nah, and it's like, we're about to see. But like I said, man, I got that topic already in the. I got that topic in the works. I actually got to write my script on it. So,
okay.
oh man,
Cool, cool,
thanks
cool.
for having me.
Hell, thank you. Well, I definitely look forward to your commentary on it, and we gonna be on top of this thing, man. So,
Yeah,
blessings to you, bro. Thank you, bro.
thank you, man.
Man, shit is real. Shit is real. Thank you for Red Sings the Blues coming through and giving us the inside scoop. I hope they don't crack. I hope they don't crack, because the moment, yeah, just everybody. This is when the community, the union community, has to come together. Like, any well organized union, they're supposed to come together during times of calamity like this. Everyone's in the same position, and everyone just has to come together and just group share, do the communal thing, and everybody just kind of help each other out as best as they can. So, man, I hope they stand firm, because I'm thinking this thing should be they should come to an agreement before the fourth quarter ends, because like I said, the studios cannot afford. Y'all know Disney cannot afford another a quarter of losses during the fourth quarter. Listen, Netflix is never going to pay residuals. I think they need to let that part go. That's one of the sticking points that the actors had. Listen, Netflix is never going to agree to pay residuals. That's why everybody loves going to Netflix, because they pay big ass checks up front. If for those that didn't know, you do not get a residual check for Netflix. Okay? That's why everyone loves going to Netflix. They cut big checks in the beginning and that's it. So damn. Shit. So yeah, I hope they stand firm on this.